88 likes. 88 likes. Oh my God. There's no love anymore. No love. Where's all the love at? No more love no more around here. Just got no more likes. No more love for the people. Where all the love at? Supposed to be all about the love around here, but no love no more. We got no more love for nobody. What's poppin'? Good morning. Fresh Cash Friday. Fresh Cash Friday. What's good? All right. Going into the market open here, getting ready to make some money today, my friends. Can we make some money for the Fresh Cash Friday? All right. Getting ready for the market open up here, and yeah, right now just getting it ready. Pulling up the indicators here, the charts right now, looking at the 15-minute chart on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ in this kind of microphone thingy-majig, you got this kind of almost like a gap fill from yesterday after hours with this push back up there to the 50s possible. We got about 10 minutes here till the market opens. 10 minutes till market open, and yeah, last day of the month. Getting some volatility already this morning from the 170s up to the 225s going into open here. The high so far overnight 36, 37 level. And there's a pivot point on the NASDAQ, pivot point at the 166 that we kind of bounced off of. And then there's a pivot point all the way up at the 397s. Yesterday's massive move from the 13,000s all the way up. At the end of the day, the high was 13,33333. 33333. It was 13,33333. High of day yesterday. So going into the open here, looking at those pivots, that 397 pivot, and there's that 166 pivot to the downside here. Right now, the market squeezing into open right now, just squeezing into the open here. Will we break above that 36 level sooner than later? We got a buy signal here on the indicator as well from the 15s now up there to the 30s. All right. And on the book map, that 40 area sitting there now, 240 on the book map. Liquidity on the book map. We got about 8 minutes here till the market opens. 8 minutes. Let's go. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out. Blow up that like button. It's free to like. We got 284 people watching. It's time to party. We got any more numbers coming out today? Yeah, we got some Chicago PMI number coming out at 9:45, and then we got some other numbers coming out at 10 a.m. today. Michigan consumer expectations and Michigan inflation expectations. So, all right. Oh. All right. Got a little bit of time here till the market opens. Just sitting back, waiting, and we're watching right now on the NASDAQ. Liquidity up there at the 240s. On the ES right now, 50 area, 150, 4,150 area. Liquidity sitting there right now. And we're getting ready for the market to open up here in about 3 minutes. Yesterday's insane move, 300 points basically yesterday, just going straight up. If you guys were here yesterday, you saw the action, the madness. It was such a time to be alive, such a time to be alive. So well, let's see what happens here once the market opens up. It's Fresh Cash Friday. Oh, my alarm clock went off a little. Something's wrong with my phone. It's just, I don't know why, but it's I feel like my alarm it's not very loud for some reason. It just doesn't get very loud. But I woke up at 12 last night and I was like, oh, it's already 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I was like, no way. And then I saw that it was only, I think it was like 1 o'clock. And I was like, yay, I still got 2 more hours of sleep here. It's such a nice little blessing when you get 2 more hours of sleep. So going into open right now, there's not much, I don't have much of a gap or anything. Market's still kind of just pushing up here into open. That 322.46 on the QQQ, 324 area looking interesting to the downside, 318 pivot point here on the Qs. We had an insane move yesterday. Will we get a repeat? It's the end of the month. That's the final and last day of the month. Sometimes we get just a really kind of consistent trend days on the last day of the month. We'll see. We got numbers coming out here at 10 a.m. and then we got some number. I think a number at 9:45 as well. So Eric, can you give a 30-second explanation on how to read that book map? Thank you. Let's do it. 30 seconds. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So how it works basically on the book map here, if you look at the NASDAQ book map, these bubbles are volume aggregates showing where the volume is happening. If there's volume, bigger the bubbles showing all the orders. The darker color area is going to be where all the liquidity is sitting at, meaning that's where the orders are sitting on the book right now. So if we look here, we can see we got 20 contracts there at the 215. There's 56 contracts there at the 240. So basically looking for the market to move between these levels where the liquidity is at there on the book map. So that's your 30-second explanation. Pretty much wherever there's hot areas, the darker the colors, the more action, baby. More action. Nothing like a little 30-second breakdown before the market opens here. 3 minutes till the market opens. Right now, pulling back here into the 215s. I think today is just going to be really just kind of waiting. Let's see what happens here at open. If we get some choppy sideways action at open, we'll just be patient and wait for that move. Yeah, I think there's a just kind of overall just same kind of plan as yesterday. Just waiting for the nice good move, and then we jump in, we ride it, we make the money. And we'll see what happens. So we do have that, like I said, that gap fill here on the actual NQ on the NASDAQ here. So from the 60s down there to like the 30, 40 level, there's that little gap here from the overnight when the market was closed for an hour. And then we woke up. Well, then the market reopened after the hour break. So, Oh, 3 minutes. There we go. Whoa. So like I said, going into open here on the NASDAQ, got that 166.75 pivot there, and to the upside, the pivots today are going to be really spaced out after that big, massive move yesterday. Big moves will then make the pivots open up a lot more. Like yesterday, you can see how these pivots, we basically hit all the pivots yesterday. We broke all the way to the upside through those pivots, and the pivots were, you know, maybe only 30, 40 points, maybe 50, 60 points apart at times, where today the pivots are going to be a lot bigger space there on the pivots. So here we go. Market about to open. 49 seconds. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out. Blow up that like button. It's free to like. Whoa. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. The market is now open for Fresh Cash Friday. Place your bets. Whoa. Market trying to push up here into the 36, 36, 30, 30 level right there. Trying to push it to the 240s possible. On the book map right now. Up there to the 35s. There's that push up there to the 40s right now. 240s there. Dancing on the low. Possibly going for that gap fill already here. Remember, we got a little bit of news coming out here later today. 9:45 and then 10 o'clock news. Market push up there to the 45s, pulling back right now, 220s here on the NASDAQ. Right now, pulling back here into the 230 level. And just being patient, waiting and watching right now on the book map here on the NASDAQ. Got that 250 and 260 level sitting up there. The ES trying to push up here to the 56s right now. ES kind of pushing up, the NASDAQ pulling back here. NASDAQ pulling back into that 15s. 10 level right now. 210, 215s. Say if we get back above the 30s, we'll push up there towards that 60 level here. Got to get above that 30 level though right now. Got the VWAP down there at the 205s. VWAP 205s here. Like I said, the NASDAQ pulling back here. The ES pushing up still. ES at the 150s. NASDAQ pulling back 210s. The ES just stuck at the 150s. The NASDAQ dropping pretty hard right there. Down to 205s now. I'm really impressed at how the ES is holding right there at the 150s. The ES is holding right at 150. The NASDAQ dumping down there to the 210s. Interesting. Interesting. The ES up there to the 150, 4,151 area now. There's going to be resistance coming up at the 54, 55 level here on the ES. The NASDAQ pulling back into the 210s. On the book map, I can see the future. Yeah, baby. I already see the future. Whee! I'm from the future. Marty trying to push back up here. 15, 20. The ES still pushing up there. 150, 51, 50. NASDAQ not so much pushing right now. NASDAQ's just sitting here at that 205 level. Interesting how like I said, ES is still pushing up here. The NASDAQ sitting there having trouble right now. We got numbers coming out here in 10 minutes and then numbers at 10 a.m. So numbers at 9:45, numbers at 10 a.m. today. If you guys haven't hit that like button, help me out. Blow up that like button. It's free to like. Kelly Girl, the SPY, the ES. Basically, the SPY is the ETF. The relation is basically, you know, the ETF is only trading mostly during market hours and futures trade at night. So it's just a little bit different of kind of a different little bit. It's pretty much the same chart, but a little different. There's just little secrets in the SPY or in the QQQ that's going to be a little different compared to the actual futures trading. Right now, still pulling back. NASDAQ below the 13,200 level. Nothing really too crazy right now. Just sitting back here waiting and watching. I like to see a pushback up above that 220 area possible. But as of right now, just kind of sitting here. This is the new breaker blocker indicator with Lux Algo that they just released. I'm actually putting a video out about this on for Saturday, but kind of looking at this on the 1 minute chart right now. Got this breaker block here at the 13s. Market moving down there below the 200s right now. The ES going straight up. The ES up to the 52s. I'm really impressed right now. I would think that if the way that things are moving right now, at some point the NASDAQ's going to find some support here and start pushing back up with the ES pushing up. So let's see what happens unless the ES starts selling back off here. Right now, the key area for the NASDAQ right now, getting back above that 15 area, breaking back to the upside here if possible on that 1 minute chart. And right there at the VWAP right now, VWAP at the 206, that 215 area, resistance there, kind of a double little tweezer wicks on those 1 minute candles there. And right now the ES sitting there at the 51s, 151s here on the ES. The NASDAQ trying to find some support down here, trying to push back up right now. See if they push up there through that 15 level again here on the NASDAQ. Push up there towards the 20s possible, I'd say. Sitting there at the 210s right now. Having some trouble there again at the 15s on the NASDAQ right now. Wow. Huh. Numbers here at coming out 9:40, 5 minutes early on those, I guess, for the 9:45 numbers. People get the info 5 minutes early, right? Market sitting there at the 198s right now on the NASDAQ. Will they sell through? Holding up there at 13,200 right now. The chop right now, real on the NASDAQ here. The ES pushing straight up. The NASDAQ having trouble getting above that 215 level here. Not sure how that's happening right now. And dumping down there below 13,200 right now on the NASDAQ here. And down there to the 82s now. Numbers coming out at 10 a.m. today too as well. And right now, market dumping down here below the 180s from the 200s down there to the 72s right now. And the NASDAQ pulling back. There's that 66.75 pivot. The low right there was 72 on that pullback there. That breaker block setup working out beautifully there from the 15s down to the 180s. The NASDAQ right now pulling back here into the 80s, 70s here. Right now, below the VWAP, below the 21 EMA here on the NASDAQ right now. The ES still sitting up there at the highs. The NASDAQ pulling back right now. The ES going straight up right now. The NASDAQ pushing straight back up right now as well. Got the VWAP there on the 204. If we get back above the VWAP here, we'll see what happens. And then that 215 area, going to get through that. And then possibly start pushing back up here. Get through that 215 area. Things get spicy. We can just push through the VWAP here and then push back 215s right now. And looking like they're on a mission right now to get through that 215 area. NASDAQ's got the 20 liquidity sitting there. The ES making new highs right now. The NASDAQ trying to catch up. If the NASDAQ can start pushing back up here towards that 240, 250 area on the NASDAQ here. Right now, finally catching back up with the ES. Trying to get above. Got to get above that 215 area here. Above 215, things get interesting. And then possibly try to push up there towards the 40s next here. Again, getting stuck there at the 10, 15 area for the NASDAQ right now. Having that trouble to get through there. ES still going straight up. 56, 57 on the ES right now. Looks like 60 doable on the book map here for the ES. That 4,160 area on the ES. The NASDAQ just got to get through that 15s, which looks like it's going to happen. It's trying. Get that push up there through the 15s to the 20s next. And then we got to test that high of day at the 40s. Would be, I think, a good target here. Still running into trouble there. This will be the breakout point, like right here. We're getting really close to possible breaking out or getting denied again at this trend line. So that 15 area for the NASDAQ, the battleground, the middle, the sand, the line in the sand, people. It's the line in the sand here for the bulls. The bulls can get this back over 15. I think we'll push up there towards the 40s pretty quickly. So well, let's see. The ES still trying to push up there, 55s right now. The NASDAQ sitting here at the 200s. 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 NASDAQ right there at the VWAP right now. Got to get through that 15 level, that 10, 15 level right now, acting as resistance here for the NASDAQ. Through the 15s now. I think we can just try to push to the high of day. Take out the 20s here. And see if they push up there towards the 30, 40s next. This is that reversal we were looking for with the ES going straight up, the NASDAQ kind of lagging, but finally the NASDAQ catching up here. The bulls are back. They took a break for a minute on the NASDAQ. They said, let's go over there and make sure the ES goes up, and then we'll come back for the NASDAQ later on. So looking to see if we can break over that pre-market high area, that overnight high being that 40 area. Is your love tonight? Trying to get this push up here. 220s holding us down right now again on the NASDAQ. The ES at the 56s still pushing up there. ES looking like it wants to go to the 160s. A lot of liquidity there on the ES at the 58s. And then after that, 60 area coming up there. So right now the NASDAQ pulling back once again. 13,200 area. I'm staying thinking that it's going to be long. So. Water break. A little water break. NASDAQ really liking this 15-20 area right now. Stuck there again. Right now, pulling back to the VWAP. VWAP there at the 06s or 04s on the NASDAQ right now. Needs to ramp up here. If the ES pushes through that 56 level, I don't see how the NASDAQ doesn't take out the highs. 57 there on the book map right now for the ES. Take out that 57s, and then we get that push up there to the 160s on the ES. ES trying to push up there, 57s right now. 56.50 area. Some orders. There's 377 contracts sitting there at 57 right now. 57.50 here. The NASDAQ still trying to push up there. That 15 level giving us trouble once again. We're bounced off that VWAP right now though. And the ES just sitting right there at the 57. So the ES needing to break through there. And then I think the NASDAQ will follow and will break through like the 20s here. NASDAQ getting tight here. It's Fresh Cash Friday. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out, blow up that like button. We're looking for a move up here on the NASDAQ, but right now just sitting there. The ES trying to push above that 57, 58 level here. You can see that 57.50 area right now on the ES holding us down to get through that 57.50s. Like looking like right now possible. Trying to push up there, 57.50, taking away some of that liquidity right now on the book map here. If we break through there, we go to the 60s next on the ES. Let's see. Tapping 57s, tapping. Tapping. Like tap, just knock on the door. Hello. 57s, we're here to take the 57.50s. I think about the market being like just a little person, you know, like tapping on that liquidity. Hello. Anybody home? Anybody home at the 57.50s? The NASDAQ still kind of sitting here at the 20s. Get that possible push up through the 20s to the 40s next. '20s, once again, got a little bit of that resistance there at the 20s, trying to get that breakout to push up. Need the ES to push through 58, 60s, and then I think NASDAQ goes to the highs again. Yeah. NASDAQ getting really tight here at the VWAP right now. Get a push above the 220s. We should get a buy signal here, and then that's that idea of trying to push up there towards the 40s here right now. Just looking for that break back over. We're going to get that breakout over 20 here, and then you'll get the buy signal from the Lux Algo indicator. We got the MACD being bullish right now, and possible breakout to the upside to push up there towards the 40s. I think 40, 50s for that push up would not be out of question here. Not out of question to push up there towards the 50s if we break through this 20 level strong. Right now, MACD bullish on the 3-minute chart, MACD bullish on the 1-minute chart. Getting really tight right here. Need this push over 220 and then rally up there towards the 40s for the NASDAQ here. The ES having a little bit of trouble right there. We need the ES pushing up so we can take the NASDAQ through the 220s here. Down. Ugh. Look at how tight this thing's getting. Oh my gosh. The explosion, the move out of this is going to be big. We're going to either break through 220 and go right up there to the 50s, or we're going to pull back down here. But as of right now, holding there above the VWAP. So just waiting to see if we can get that break over 220 here. We got news at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. news here. Chicago PMI news. So maybe that'll be the ignition that we need for this to get moving. The ignition that we need here. News out in 30 seconds. 30 seconds till the news, baby. Can't we push over 220s? The news is out. The market pulling back here. NASDAQ pulled back 13,200. We're back below the VWAP here now on the NASDAQ. We needed to hold that VWAP area. Let's get back above the VWAP here. See if we can do it. Still kind of looking if we're going to get that push up here, that 220 area. Basically just waiting for that 220 area to break, and then we're looking for a move to the high of day. Right now, market pulling back here. Right now, pulling back here into the 90s. Both the ES and the NASDAQ pulling back here after the news. The NASDAQ bouncing off that trend line right now. If it gets back above the VWAP, getting tighter and tighter in this trend here. The ES pushing back to the highs. NASDAQ getting saved down there again. This should, but I think we're going to get this push through the 20s. Just got to get through that 20 area. Look at how tight this thing's getting right now. Real tight. Getting real tight, tight, tight. The ES back up there towards the 57, 56.75 on the ES right now. Here on the book map. Trying to take out that 58 on the ES, and then 60s coming up there next. So the ES pushing to new highs right now. That 60 area up there next. Can the NASDAQ catch on and get this breakout? We need this breakout here, that 220 area on the NASDAQ right now. 58s on the ES pushing up there. NASDAQ right above the VWAP right now. Ah. That 15-20 area still acting as resistance here on the NASDAQ. Get that breakthrough, like I said. Try to push it there towards the 40s. I definitely would not be getting short right here, right now. Thing getting tighter and tighter here on the 1-minute chart. Right now, that 210 area acting as resistance. And look at the ES up there to the 60s. Like I said, through the 60s now. If the ES breaks through the 60s, I don't see how the NASDAQ can't push up here through the 20s. So it's looking pretty good right now for this to squeeze up on the NASDAQ here. Get through that 20 area, go right to the 50s. The ES going straight up right now. And the NASDAQ trying to push back up there, 16, 15s again. Look at how tight this thing's getting. We're getting the buy signal there finally on the NASDAQ. If we could push up that 20 level and then try to push it there towards the 40s next. And look at the ES through the 60s now, up there to almost 61. Here we go. The NASDAQ's got to get going here. I don't see how the NASDAQ gets stuck again. It's got to go 40s or higher. Trying to push up there towards the 30s right now. Obviously, this is not financial advice, but that's my plan. Thinking for a 40 push here. I want to see a 40 push here. Then the ES going straight up. 62s on the ES right now. The NASDAQ trying to push up there towards the 30s now. Can we get the push all the way up there to the 40s? We got the buy signal here. We had the buy signal. It took away. Looking for this push up there towards the 40s right now. 30s on the book map here. Get through that 30 level and then push to the 40s next. The ES up there to the 62s. And the NASDAQ looking good for this push up there to the 40s. Trying to get through the 30s right now. And then you got 40s up there next. Kind of interesting seeing how the ES, the NASDAQ, not perfectly in line today. But with the ES making new highs, you're thinking, hey, the NASDAQ's going to at least want to get to the pre-market high here. So right now, pushing up there towards the 40s. Can we get the break through the 40s? There's that push from through the 20s now, up there to almost 40 for 20 points here. We had it all laid out, the plan, getting that breakout here and looking for that push up there to the 40s, possibly 45s on this 50s coming up. Right now, 240 on the book map, holding us down there, and then get through that, and then up there to the 50s, 250s on the NASDAQ. So right now, the NASDAQ pulling back from the 230s. Looking for this push up there through the 40s. That high this morning, I think it was 44 high here so far. So looking for this push up through the 40s. How deep is your love? Also today, after the live stream, I'm going to be launching a little Q&A video that I did, answering questions from Twitter, and looking for this push up there. Can we get through the 40s? Let's go, baby. Looking for a push through the 40s here. 38s pushing 40s right now. Money potion, are you? Are you not entertained, people? What a time. Here we go. Market up there to the 44s, 45s. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, baby. That's about a what, 30 point, we'll not say 30 point, but that's an easy 20 point, 30 points there. We called out live on YouTube here. If you don't love it, you might as well like it. You might as well like it. If you don't love it, you might as well like it, because we're doing it live on YouTube, baby. Congratulations if you took that trade. This was, like I said, getting really tight there with the ES pushing up, everything lining up the way that it was. I just did not see how the NASDAQ was not going to push up there to the 40s. And that's exactly what we got so far here, up to the 40s. You got to love it. You got to love it, baby. The ES all the way up there to the 70s now. What is going on? What a time to be alive here. Gotta love it, baby. We gotta love it. If you don't love it, I don't know what you're watching right now. People are gonna comment, well, he didn't tell us when to buy. Patrick never tells us when to buy. He just talks about how much money he made, but never tells us when to buy. Well, there you go. If you didn't, I don't know. I'm not even gonna sit here and tell you. I'm not even gonna tell you that I told you so. I'm just gonna say, hey, look where we're at. You know, look where we're at, baby. You want to make the money? You come trade with the Patrick Wieland on the YouTube, okay? You want to lose the money? Go trade with somebody else. But if you want to make the money, you come watch me live on YouTube. We do it together, baby. Me and you guys. Me and you. All the other people watching, they're not here. It's just me. It's you. Me and you, baby. Me and you. Oh my God, 55s now. How I just don't. How's he so good looking? So good looking, but yet so good at this game. Look at the fucking ES. Oh my God. Are you not entertained right now? The ES up there to the 70s, through the 60s, through the 70s. That's 10 points. 10 points on the ES that we fucking talked about here. Oh, up there to the 73s now. I just don't know. I don't know what they want from me. What do people want anymore from me? It's just, we're on fire. Taking no prisoners, baby. Taking no prisoners. To the 60s now. To the 60s now. No prisoners. No fucking prisoners, baby. Love seeing people in the chat making money. The great thing about this, guys, like I always talk about, you know, is I want to see you guys. Nothing is more rewarding than seeing people on the live stream being like, hey, I took that trade. You know, I saw that trade, Patrick. Like the same way that you saw it, I saw it. I'm like, hey, that's what it's all about. You know, like that's literally all it's about. If we can all just start seeing the right setup, seeing the moves happening like that. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. My mind, you're in my head. This is. You think YouTube would demonetize me if I start singing the songs in my headphones? You think they'd be like, you're demonetized. You're singing the songs too good. I'm actually flying back to Florida today. I'll be back in Orlando this weekend, so I got to get some stuff. I'm gonna go to the gym before flying. I think my flight's at like 2 o'clock today, so I'm gonna go to the gym. It's currently 5 a.m., 4 a.m. It's fucking 4 o'clock here in Hawaii right now. It's not even 5 a.m. yet. So I got some stuff I got to get ready for later on today, but right now just kind of hanging out. And seeing, look at this thing up there to the 70s now. Come on. When is the next entry? Let's look at it. I mean, your next entry is waiting for the next pullback and the breakout. The thing is, like, if you're sitting here and you're wondering, like, when's the next entry right now? Well, if you didn't make money from 210 up there to the 50s for 30, 40 points, and all you're thinking about right now is what's the next entry? Like, I feel sorry for you, because you should be sitting here right now like, huh, you know, like if you should be sitting here right now, not with like no emotion of wondering when the next entry is, but also you should be sitting here like feeling like you just crushed that trade. So that emotion that if anyone's asking when the next entry, you probably didn't take this entry. You just missed out on a 60-point move to the upside that was clearly going to happen. And now you're wondering, when do I buy? Well, now you just sit back and you wait again. I mean, that's all you can do at this point. Right now, the market going straight up here to the 70s. We filled that gap, like I talked about here, that pre-market gap on the NASDAQ, or overnight gap there. That was beautiful. That was kind of why I was thinking we push over the 50s there, and then it's just fill that quick gap up there to the 60s, and that's exactly what we got there. So that played out beautifully. And now we're just kind of sitting back here, waiting and watching. Got a big old fair value gap. Honestly, I think at this point you're kind of waiting for a pullback into, I'd say, like that 40 area. I know we need some type of pullback. You just don't want it to be buying at the top. I personally am like sitting here right now, like, I'm not even thinking about like where my next entry is going to be. I'm just thinking about how much money I already made on this thing. You know, I'm thinking like, oh, how much money did I make today on this? That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. You can see here on the day right now, we're up $3,453 across 3 accounts. We had one small loser, just cutting that off right there. And on the day, just 3 trades. It's basically 2 trades, or yeah. 1 trade, 2 trades. Who the hell is calling me right now? Someone's calling me right now, ruining my stream here. So that was the morning so far. Not a bad morning. It's funny, I actually got long down at the 80. I was long from the 89s on that pushback up there. I was just pretty confident that we were gonna push back up there. I don't know, I just pretty confident seeing the ES, the way the ES was moving, pretty confident we were gonna push and break the highs there on the NASDAQ. So did I pay for my first class ticket? I paid for like 6 first class tickets today. One-way first class ticket to Orlando is only like $1,800. So paying for first class for the rest of the year, baby. They do not have a direct flight, to be honest. Putting Kyle into timeout. Kyle getting a little too excited over there. We don't want distractions in the chat. We don't want distractions. We want focus, people. If you're gonna bring distractions to the chat, you're gonna get put in timeout, even if you pay $5. Not you, Kyle, the other Kyle. The one that just was randomly typing stuff in the chat. Papa Chief always wanted to visit Hawaii. Okay. Come on down, baby. The water's warm. Possibly getting a push up here on the NASDAQ to the 80s next on the book map here. Looking at the 80 level up there. Right now, the ES just going absolutely straight. Oh, that's the ES, actually. Sorry. The ES has the 180 level up there. Look at the ES this morning from 10 o'clock, from the 55s up there to almost 75 now. So 25, about 20 points here on the ES. You got to love it. Like I said, we saw that push above the 160s, what we were looking for. There's a 75 push. Is this thing going to the 80s next? ES, rocking and rolling, baby. Rocking and rolling here. NASDAQ pulling back here into the 60s again. Like I said, we need a bit of a pullback. A little too dangerous buying here at the top. You just want to wait for our setup, you know? The same way, like this setup right here that we waited for, that we were sitting there, like that was such a good setup. So what do we know? Like we know that if we wait for our good setups, if we are patient and we wait for the setups that we want, well, then it's easy money. Easy money, right? Like it's literally easy money if we just wait. The hardest part about day trading is being patient and waiting. Like this setup right here is A++, textbook, A++++, A+++, you know? You couldn't get a more A+ setup than that one, I would say, the way I look at it. Right now, NASDAQ pulling back here, 60s again. I don't know, like Cheryl said, you know, what makes you more mad? FOMOing and then giving back profits or not taking a trade? I don't know about you guys, but I've never been upset about not taking a trade. You know, if at the end of the day, I'm like, well, I didn't lose money because I didn't take the dangerous trade. I'm not going to be like, well, I'm so happy. You know, I'm so mad that I didn't take that really dangerous, risky trade. So that's the way I look at it. I like to make that easy money, baby. Easy money, 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 easy. I like that money, money, easy money. That's all you got to think about. That's literally all you got to think about. How do you like? I want to know exactly how do I feel. I want the data on that. I want to know. I want to tell myself in this moment right now. I'm like, all right, Patrick, what's gonna happen if you FOMO into this? Even if it goes up, you might make a little bit of money, sure. But if we end up losing on this trade, how pissed are you gonna be? Especially after such a good trade, and then giving back profit on this. We did get a little bit of a pullback, a little breakout there, but again, just not really getting our A++ setup. Like I said, if you didn't capitalize off of this move right here, getting that breakout there, I don't know what to tell you. If you're sitting here right now and you're like, I'm trying to buy here at the 80s. Can it go higher? Sure. But I wanted to be very clear that at the end of the day, when you get that A++ setup, you can't. I know people didn't take this trade, not because I want you to take it or not, or I'm telling you to buy, but I want you to remember this moment. When you think about it in the future, you're like, man, this setup was so perfect. We had that higher low there off the 200s. We got back above the VWAP. We were tight on this trend line. I mean, it's rocking and rolling. The market's still going higher, 81s now. There was that small pullback. You could have gotten that small pullback, but there's that push up there, 83s now. I was long at 946 off this bounce off the bottom down there. Look at that push to the 84s now. Wowzers. She's still going. This is the Lux Algo breaker block indicator here. It actually plots out where your targets could be. You can actually see where your targets can be there. Yes, I held through that 91. Was pretty. I wasn't too worried about those numbers, to be honest. You can see here my entry at 86 86 right there. My stop below this low there, 76, so risking 10. We moved all the way up there to the 221s, took profit there at the 45s. So what is that? From 86 to the 45s, that's 60 points. 60 points here, baby. Come on. But like I said, this is the Lux Algo breaker block indicator. It's free. You can check it out on Lux Algo right now. Just go type in breaker blocks with signals from Lux Algo. It's free on TradingView. The way it works, basically finds these areas, these order block areas. And the idea here is you basically want to get like a breakthrough. You want to retest it. I think this little... We went a little deeper there because of the numbers, and that's what you're basically looking for, this to push through that resistance, pull back, and then it actually, like I said, plots out your targets there as well, which is kind of interesting because look at that, how perfectly that hit that, almost that 77 level, and then now we'll see if it goes to the 300s next. So baby. Can we go to the 300s here on the NASDAQ? Trying to push it there towards that 300 level. Looking here at that Lux Algo breaker blockers. Still going. Looks like that 300 target is in sight now. Let's go. So you can see very small pullback here, very small pullback there from the 73s down to the 61s, and then now up there to the 92s. Would have liked to get a little bit more of a pullback, kind of pullback and tested that high, that 40 area, but got a very small pullback and the market's still grinding higher. Like I said earlier, this is the last and final day of April, so expected a kind of a big move here today. So maybe this thing just keeps grinding higher. just like it was yesterday. That 322.46 pivot point coming up on the QQQ here. The breaker blocker indicator literally just came out yesterday, so that's all I've been testing it out. It just literally, they just released it yesterday, so. But I mean, it's like it was already, it's not like a new concept by any means. Kelly, it's right there. Breaker blocks with signals, Lux Algo. It's free on TradingView. If you guys haven't already checked out Lux Algo, check them out. They got a bunch of free indicators. They have also got the paid indicators as well. So this is the breaker blocks. I use the Lux Algo price action concepts, which draws out my trend lines and things like that on the chart, the fair value gaps, and there's other benefits like having that previous week high right there, knowing where that's at that 13,300 area, previous day high, knowing it's up there at the 33s, things like, you know, Monday high. It's all kind of put on the chart there, so I get an idea of where those levels are without having to really, you know, put a lot of time and effort into it here. I'm pulling back right now. Market pulling back here from the 322s back to the 275. That was for the QQQ, but it's Fresh Cash Friday. Like I said, pretty happy with that trade. That one trade alone today for me was just like lock in $3,000 across 3 accounts and just be done. This is the type of trade that I want to basically, I just want to take it once a day. Like if I can get one good setup like this every day, that's all I need. Like if the thing is, if you take this trade 100 times, if you take this trade 100 times over the next year and you only take this setup, you take it over and over and over 100 times, you're going to make a lot of money. The problem is giving back. Like yesterday in the Market Flow Trader community, we talked about this with one of our members. You know, he was like, oh, you know, I'm going to get short at this level just because I think it's a good risk reward. The only reason that he was getting short was because he thought that it was a good risk reward, and he ended up getting stopped out, and he justified it. He justified getting short because of the risk to reward. Like like you don't enter a trade based on risk to reward alone. If the market's squeezing straight up, you don't say, well, we've went up 200 points so far, so I'm going to short because I think it's a good chance we pull back here. I think you guys all know how that ended up for that guy. So just little lesson, you know, like I don't want to enter a trade ever just because I'm like, well, you know, it's I got to enter it just because the risk reward is so good here and I'm fighting the trend. What's funny is he shorted right where he should have gotten long at, which is kind of interesting. He shorted the pullback right where I would have gotten long. Nothing wrong with having, you know, different strategies. I'm not saying you have to trade my exact strategy by any means, but I think it's like, I don't care what your strategy is. You can have the best strategy in the world. You're not like, you just can't justify to me shorting on a pullback when the market has been going straight up all day. Which is like, that's not my plan. Like if I'm going to look to get short, which I'm not going to look to get short, but if I was looking to get short, you know, I'm getting short when we put in lower highs. Like we'd have to pull back here, push up and get denied, put in that lower high. And even then I still wouldn't be very like excited to get short here. You got to think, because the thing is, like at the end of the day, if the market wants to go higher, sure, you can make a little bit of money on these shorts, you know, when it's pulling back. But let's say you're like, if you short here at the highs at 90s, And then you're like, okay, your stop's at the high of day. Well, this like there's a good, like there's a good chance this kind of pulls back and then pushes up, tested your entry, and then possibly goes higher again. So it's like, I'd be waiting for confirmation that it's a short before I look to get short. You know, that's the issue. If you're basically shorting the pullback when we know the market loves to pull back and make wave. If you're shorting, you know, if you're trying to short, I think what's a good way to look at the, like if that's your short area right there where I drew the lines, it's hard to draw on this thing. I need a better drawing system. But if you're shorting right here with a stop above the high of day, well, that's just not a good strategy. Where you're much better off, let's say the market pulls back. So you push up, we pull back, we put in that lower high. Like this is where I want to be shorting. I want to be shorting that lower high breakdown. I don't want to be shorting here, knowing that this can push up, take me out. I want to see that it gets denied, and then I look for the short. That makes sense. If the market wants to push up, let it push up. I'm waiting for the short once we get denied, and then that's pretty much. You just draw lines on the chart and look smart on YouTube, baby. Look at that. All that technical analysis right there. Millions of dollars of lesson right there. I don't know, I'm still not, I wouldn't short yet. Anybody who's asking about shorting, I know it's pulling back right now and it's like, it looks like it's like, oh, I want to get short here, but just let it do its thing. You know, this could easily rip back up here, keep pushing. Right now we're pulling back into that fair value gap. This is that pullback we were kind of looking for on the 1 minute chart. Nice little pullback there from the 90s to the 50s now. It's funny because I feel like every time I talk about not shorting, the market ends up going down and people are like, I told you should have shorted. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. The problem is trying to short the top over and over every day, like you're going to end up losing. You're going to end up losing money. I don't care what anyone says. If all you do is try to short the top every day, you're going to end up losing money. Like it's just guaranteed. Right? Like it's just, it's not going to work out. I saw somebody posted on Twitter yesterday that they shorted this stock here, TOP. Look at this thing yesterday. It's not even, is it trading right now? Oh, I think they halted it. Did they halt this thing? Or no, it's open now. Oh my God, look at this thing. Oh my gosh. TOP yesterday going from the 21s to a high of 240 after hours. Imagine shorting this thing before close and then just getting absolutely murdered. This is a stock here, a Chinese company, financial company or some crap, who knows. Just a one big major pump and dump, but it went up like 3,000% after hours. And now trying to push back up there above the hundreds. But look at that insane move. Imagine buying at 250 this morning. Ouch. No bueno, no bueno. Bum, 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 bum. Right now the NASDAQ pushing back up there. See, the thing is, like, again, it's like if you're shorting an uptrend, sure, there's little pullbacks, you can make money. But when the overall momentum wants to go higher, it's a much safer bet to trade with the momentum, to trade with the trend, to trade with the actual move, because you're not, you're not fighting the market, you're riding the market. So you might get a little bit of a pullback. Let's say, you get long, there's a little bit of a pullback. you can do that. You can hold through those pullbacks a lot easier than getting short against the trend. You know, if you shorted here at the 50s now, and all of a sudden it squeezes back to the 60s, you get stopped out, and then guess what? Then it ends up moving down again. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of trying to fight the trend. I like to fight. I like to ride the money. I like to make the money easy. I like that money easy, baby. But everything pulling back pretty hard right now. The ES, the NASDAQ, both pulling back here. And like Sage said in the chat, just because you make money on a trade does not mean that it was a good trade. I've had plenty of really bad trades that I've made money on. You know, I won't deny that. It's easy. If you just take trades over and over and over all day long, you're going to get lucky. There's going to be days where you're going to short, you know, the top, and then the market's going to pull back, and you're going to go, hey, look, I'm the smartest person ever. But doing that over and over 100 times, like if you take 100 gambles over and over, like you're not going to be consistent. Like I said, today we've got the video premiere after the live stream for the Twitter giveaway. I might actually change that. Let me see. Let's change it to maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I want to stay live until 12:15, to be honest. So I might change it till let's just do 11:15. We'll do the 11:15 for the change instead of 12:15. Like I said, I do have a flight to catch today. I got to get on that big old plane, big old greed. You know, I do love flying though, because I hate the airport. I hate going to the airport and dealing with all that, but I do love like just getting on a plane, turning on a movie, drinking a beer, eating some food, and just like knowing that no matter what, for 8 hours or however long the flight is, I know that I'm stuck on that plane and there's nothing I can do. I can't do anything. I just got to sit there and just relax. So I do like that aspect of flying. Just knowing that, hey, 8 hours, I'm stuck. I can't do anything. The dollar plummeting right now, dropping down. They're not really plummeting, but the dollar dropping down. The ES, the NASDAQ pulling back pretty hard right there. This is a great example of why we don't chase, why we wait for our setups, why we don't buy the top. Great example of that right here. Like I said, all you need, literally all you need to do is just be patient and wait for these types of setups. When the market's getting that tight, look how tight the market's getting. It's like, what's going to happen? It's getting that tight. Like there's, I would say, a 99% chance that we're going to break the upside there. Market pushes up, expands, gets tight again, you know, pulls back. Those numbers came out, gets tight again. It's like, come on. Blueprint of where to trade, how to trade. I literally just want to take this trade over and over 100 times. That's all I want. 100 trades on this setup over and over. Do that for an entire year. Make $3,000 100 times. Let's do the math on that. Let's say we make 100 trades on that setup, and 30 of those trades are losers. So let's say we risk 30. We basically lose 30,000, and then we make 210,000. So at the end of that, if we make 100 trades, we lose on 30 trades. Our profit after all that is, why is it so, you know, it's, what the fuck? It's too early in the morning. I'm bad at math. $180,000 off of that one setup. $180,000. And that's if you're hitting 70%. I think this setup is better than 70%, to be honest. And that's also if you're risking $1,000 per trade, which I don't think you need to. So yeah, I mean, that's a great way to look at it. You look at 100 trades, you make 100 trades with a 70% win-loss ratio. You're walking away with 180,000 in profit there. I don't know about you guys, but $180,000 for making 100 trades, not bad. If you think on average, you make what? Let's say you make 2 trades, 3 trades max per day. Let's just say you do 2 trades per day with those setups. That's only 50 days. So you make $180,000 in 50 days. I think it's very, very, very doable for futures. That's what's so nice about futures as well. If you guys are not trading futures already, you want to learn more, Topstep has all their stuff going on. New stuff coming out soon as well. So if you want to learn more, they got 20% off right now, the Combine. But the thing about the futures is I trade the same thing every day. You know, every day, just trading the same exact thing every day. So what are we looking for? We're looking for consistency as a trader. So I'm also looking for consistency in the markets that I'm trading. So if I'm trading the ES, I'm trading the NASDAQ every day over and over and over, looking for that setup over and over and over. That's how we do it. That's how you make money. That's how you get to a point where you're a profitable day trader. You got to do something over and over and over. Just trying to drop some, not even trying to like be that guy telling everyone how to live their lives, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to do something, if you're trying to repeat a process, trying to repeat the profit every day, what are you going to do? You're going to trade one instrument. You're going to trade one thing focused on that setup over and over and over. That's all you're going to do. You can see right now we're getting tighter and tighter here. So possibly getting another signal to get long above this 75 level maybe. Again, another reason why I would not be shorting, like we said, that 15-minute chart, still not really giving us the short signal. More so just giving us a technical pullback here, bullish pullback here now. The ES trying to push back up there through the 75s. Again, it's like the money, it's way easier to make money when you're working with the trend, not trying to fight it. Because like even like looking at this right here, this setup here on the 500 tick chart. Let's say you were like, okay, you're looking to get short. You shorted here at the 50s. You got this move down. And look how like it's like a battle. But look at when if you're buying the bottom, buying the dip here for the push back up, it's just a nice move back up. Like, nice move back up there. The trend is your friend. Don't fight the trend, my friends. My friends, don't do it, my friends. My friends, don't do it, friends. I got an email from Rumble. Rumble, the director of partnerships from Rumble just messaged me, said I should put my YouTube videos on Rumble. Anybody use Rumble before? I've heard about it. I've never used it. Rumble. Let me look up. I haven't even looked at their website. Rumble. I'll tell them that I'll join Rumble if they make me the number one YouTuber on Rumble. Listen, I will join Rumble if you make me the number one YouTuber on Rumble. Day trading Rumble, or let's look at it. Is there any Clay Traders on fucking Rumble? Oh God. Clay Trader, how is Clay Trader on Rumble? Oh, damn it. How many followers does he have? 630 followers on Clay Trader. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fucking Rumble. Looking up the day trading. Trying to see if there's like anything on Rumble that has day trading in it. Not really. Matt Kors is on Rumble. He's got 68,000 followers. Oh my God. I don't know. Maybe I'll sign up for a Rumble account. What? Hold on. I told the woman from Rumble, I said, look, I'll put videos on Rumble if you guys make me number one. Only way I'm joining Rumble is if you make me the number one day trade channel on Rumble. Because I'm already the number one day trading channel on YouTube. So I'm not going to give up that title and go join Rumble. I'm going to stay on YouTube either way. But maybe I'll go put videos on Rumble. The more controversial ones. Hold on. Look what's happening. Look what's happening right now. We're getting tighter and tighter here. Ruh-roh. VWAP right now at the 225s here on the NASDAQ. Ooh, buddy, getting tighter and tighter here. You know, the problem is, like, if I make any more money than I'm already making right now, like, I just don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, people must think I'm like, not that they think I'm poor, but I don't know. I don't live like I see some of the other influencers out there and I see the other YouTubers and I'm like, are they making like way more money than I am? Are they just like I thought I'm making good money. I'm making 6 figures every month now, but like I see some of these other YouTubers. I'm like, man, they must be making $1 million a year. They've got like 7 cars. They've got like a 8-bedroom house with a pool and all this crazy shit. And here I am just living in a little shack in Hawaii with a Bronco. I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I'm living poor. I want to be like the other YouTubers. I want to get 1 million followers on YouTube, and then I want to get 7 cars. I don't really know why you need that many cars. That seems like a lot of cars to own. Or even like, why do you need 5 cars? I mean, maybe 2. I might have like a truck and an SUV is all I would need. But do I guess maybe 3, because now I need a car too. So that's 3 cars. But like 5 cars, I don't know. It just seems like a lot. Market dumping right now. Wowzers. Got that breakdown there. Got tighter and tighter. There's the breakdown. From the 50s now down there to the 225s. Talking about Lambos while the market's dumping here. That was your setup there for the short. This is exactly what we talked about happening. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I really don't. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, but look at how nice this short was there. And this, I think I literally drew this. Remember earlier when I was drawing my little thingy, I was like, we're looking for this to happen, and then this to happen, and then we want this to happen, and then we want to get short here on this there. I don't know. Market is dumping right now. The ES and the NASDAQ going straight down. I think I drew the future. Look at how easy this short was, though. I'm just trying to point out how much easier it is to trade the good setups here. From the 60s down there to the 200s. A 60-point move to the downside there. My favorite line from Wolf of Wall Street. I've been a poor man. I've been a rich man. And I choose to be a rich man every fucking day, baby. I choose to be rich every day. Look at this thing on the 500 tick chart. Look at that from the 60s, just down, down, down. Wowzers. Right now, the ES and the NASDAQ going straight down on the 15-minute chart. I think we might have seen the top. We might have seen the top. It's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. So another really good setup there. Breakdown to the downside there. The only thing I didn't love there was we were right there at the VWAP. But that was still about 20, 30 points to the VWAP there. And then knowing that if we crack the VWAP, you got another like 30 points below the VWAP there. Sometimes the VWAP acts as a magnet to the price action. We talked about that before, you know, just because the VWAP's there, the market almost like wants to hit that VWAP because that's where the buyers are sitting at down there trying to support the price. So ends up just being like a magnet to the price action, and we get that pullback from the 40s down there to the VWAP pretty quickly, just like that. But that's, yeah, 2 good setups today. This is like, again, like we talked about, another, if you'd have got short here at the 40s, down there to the 94s for 50 points, 40 points, do that every day. Twice, baby, over and over. Over and over, baby. Just do that every day. Make a little bit of money every day. Bookmap not looking too hot right now here on the ES down there. Whoa. Whoa. Dude, my hand, I don't know why, but my fucking thumb is so sore. My thumb. It's sore. Picking up too much heavy weight. I think that's what it is. Did a bunch of pull-ups yesterday, and my thumb is just really sore now. Market in free-for-all mode right now. Free-falling mode. No bottles last night, just doing pull-ups. Look at TOP. TOP now from 100 up to 170. Oh my God. The shorts, like, today is not the day that I want to be shorting some stupid Chinese stock and losing all my money. Look at this thing. This is the 15-minute chart. Look at the 3-minute chart. Yeah, no, today is a day that I do not want to blow up my whole entire account. I saw some guy lost over $200,000. He actually posted this on Twitter that he made over $200,000 in 2022. Think about this. His entire year profit for 2022 was $200,000, and he lost $230,000 shorting this stock yesterday. $230,000 on one trade to lose. That just seems like a little bit too much risk. If you lost your entire year, I don't know. I just, to lose an entire year profit off of one trade, that's hard. That's real hard. Real hard there. So TOP, a crazy mover right there. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, subscribe button, you know what to do. We're live here on YouTube every morning, 9:15 a.m. calling out the markets. We're hot. It's not. It's all going on here live. So I would appreciate if you guys can support the stream by just hitting the like button if you enjoy what we're doing here. It's that simple. And then after the live stream today, we're going to be doing a live premiere at 11:15, doing the questions for Twitter. So that'll be going live at 11:15 after the stream here. Again, big thank you guys for tuning in this week. Everybody making it happen. The team's winning. The team is winning, baby. You know how we do. I'm excited for some Chipotle. I'm gonna get me some Chipotle, baby. First thing I do when I get to Orlando, I think I land at like 8 o'clock in the morning, so they don't open. But you know I'm gonna be at the Chipotle as soon as they open. I'll be the first person in line. They're gonna be like, oh, not this guy again. He's back. When I'm in Orlando, I probably go to Chipotle. I go to Chipotle at least once a day. I don't know. I love Chipotle. It's so good, man. It's just so good. See, I've never ate Chipotle and felt bad after. You know, I've never never ate Chipotle and felt bad after eating Chipotle. I'm for reals, making money on Top. He bought at 90, sold at 140. I'm for reals. Don't be afraid to leave a tip, you know. Leave a tip for the Top. $5, make you holla. George, this is the Lux Algo breaker, trendline breaker indicator that we have on this chart right here. There's videos on my channel talking about this already, but that's the trend lines with breakers, Lux Algo. right, so I think that's it for me today. Market down there to the 13,195. Like I said, we're doing that premiere here at 11:15, so we'll probably sign off here in about 5 minutes. And next week we're doing it again. Look at top once again. Squeeze it back up there, man. Oh gosh, I think it's halted. Is it halted? 172.94 right now. That last 3-minute candle, look at these candles on this thing. Dropping that candle right there from 143 to 160. This candle dropped from 170 to 148. It's crazy, people. This morning, top going from $50 up there to 172 now. The squeeze is real. Someone's gonna lose a lot of money today. And it ain't gonna be me. That's for sure. I ain't, nope. Not me, baby. It ain't gonna be me, that's for sure. It ain't gonna be me, baby. It ain't me. I will not be blowing up my account today. Thank you very much. Hey, I'm for reals. $5 make you holla. Let's go. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It pays for the energy drinks. $5 a day keeps the energy drinks coming, baby. I'm just a poor YouTuber. Just a poor old YouTuber living in a shack in Hawaii. I gotta make it look like I'm really, really broke up in here. Get more people to give me more tips. I was thinking about going on the corner and asking for money. Just put a sign up, said I lost all my money on AMC. I lost all my money on AMC. Please give me money. I mean, I would never switch from Rumble. I would never go from Rumble, or I would never stop doing YouTube. I was just talking about maybe putting videos on Rumble. YouTube will always be the king of the internet, that's for sure. Google, man. Google owns it. Too much power, too much money. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen here. I like to see if this thing's going to reopen on TOP. I don't even care about the futures right now. I just want to see what happens. The thing reopens at like 250. Glenn Paul, new member. Let's go, baby. If you guys haven't hit that like button, we got 717 likes here. Can we get some more likes, please? Thank you very much. I get these goosebumps every time they come around me. Do the side. Ay. Every time. Kind of interesting to see here on the Lux Algo breaker blocks. Look how interesting. I want to say as well interesting, but this pullback. Look at how quickly we pulled back right into that breaker block there at the 205. So, is it a coincidence? Is it magic? Is it a coincidence? I don't know. Maybe just magic. Magic how that happens. Charles bought my Chipotle tomorrow morning, Charles. I'll be thinking about you, Charles. Yes, tomorrow when I'm eating that double steak bowl, I'll be thinking about like Charles. Thanks, Charles, for that $10 to buy me some Chipotle tomorrow. Gotta start a GoFundMe for buying Patrick Chipotle. Eat too much Chipotle. Need more money. More money, more Chipotle. TOP, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna reopen this thing? When was it halted at? There's the reopen. Look at it. Oh my God. 180, 190. Oh, baby. Oh, over 200. It gets real dangerous for the shorts here. Oh my God, look at it. Oh my. Up to 200 now. They're going to halt it again at 199.17. Imagine being a short right now. Oh my God. If you were short on this thing from anywhere, if you were short from the 140s right now, I'd be crying. I would be crying. I'd be crying. I would just literally be crying right now. There it is. Fresh Cash Friday. Hopefully the shorts on TOP are going to be able to survive. Like I said, it's madness. It's absolute madness. So we're going to be doing the premiere here at 11:15. If you guys haven't already checked out that video, it's going to be up here at 11:15 live. Or you can actually comment on there as well. I think it's maybe not members only. Is it members only? We'll see. Shit I did tonight. The best ever piece. Again, big thank you guys for tuning in, supporting the stream, supporting the channel. I know you guys got lots of options. You can go anywhere on the internet. I agree. I would go other places as well, but big thank you for the support. I'm putting the link there for the Q&A video live premiere here at 11:15. And there it is. Fresh Cash Friday. We did exactly what we wanted to do today. We showed up. We made the money. We followed the plan. We took our setups. We traded our strategy. We focused on one simple idea, baby. Making money, walking away. Consistency is king. And that's what we're doing here. So there it is. Fresh Cash Friday. You can't be mad about it. Walking away in the green, making more money than some people make for working an entire week. So ain't me, baby. That ain't me. There it is. I'll see you guys next Monday. Be probably live from Orlando. Maybe. We'll see. There it is. I'll talk to you guys later on. See you over at the premiere here. Link. You can actually comment and watch the premiere video. Let's go.